So this is our onboarding coaches, sharing what we do as coaches the first 30 days, especially. I know it is like so overwhelming. If you're not familiar with me, I know we have new coaches on the team that I am not your sponsor. So my name is Melissa Sacco, and I have been with Beachbody for a little over 2 years. And I think it's so important that you recognize that the first and most important part of coaching is sharing your story and your relationship with Beachbody and how you got involved and why you got involved and why you're looking at the opportunities with coaching, because people will not, we're not here to sell a product or sell anything. We're here really to share and inspire and empower people to make healthy changes in their lives. And to do that, we really have to be open books about why we got into the business. So I'm not going to talk super long, but because we have new people on, I came to Beachbody as a huge fitness lover. And I really struggled primarily with nutrition. I wasn't really interested in the fitness programs at all. I was a big, I don't want to work out at home. I love the gym. And I never thought the at-home workouts would work for me, but I knew that I needed help in nutrition. So eventually, 6 long months after my coach started approaching me about this opportunity for Shakeology and learning how to eat, I finally said yes. And I was completely opposed to the idea of coaching. I wanted absolutely nothing to do with it. I was working like 9 part-time jobs. I was a busy stay-at-home mom and working nights and weekends, and I just didn't really feel like I could fit anything else on my plate. But I really became inspired when I started feeling better. I felt amazing, just nutritionally. I had struggles with digestion and migraines and just chronic fatigue. And so that's kind of just a quick background. And fast forward 2.5 years later, not even. And I'm very fortunate to say this is my full-time business. And I love the disclosure. I know some people will, you should always disclose there's no financial success with Beachbody guarantee. There's no guarantee, but there's opportunity. And I feel like that's the part where people forget that is, yeah, there's no guarantee for success, but there's opportunity. And so I look back at my life and think, gosh, if I didn't take that leap and just try to help myself feel better, I would still be stuck in that same place that I was. And so that is my mission, is to really help. Specifically, I really love working with families. That's kind of my niche. And as you go through your journey and your experience, you should be able to identify your niche eventually. I think we all have that target audience that we're going to be talking to. So what I want to do today is talk about what to do your first 30 days with coaching. So I'm actually going to screen share and go through some of the things because I have a Getting Started Right guide. So just let me know that you can see that. Hang on one second. Can you see the Getting Started Right guide? Give me like a thumbs up. It's just going to be like a blue image. Okay, thank you, Sarah. So before you attended the call, you should have gotten this guide. So I'm basically just going to take this 30 minutes and go through this guide with you because I know, again, it's so overwhelming. If at any point you have a question, please unmute yourself because when I'm screen sharing, I don't see everybody's faces. So please unmute yourself so that I can be sure to answer your questions. That's the point of this call, is to really make you feel like you have the opportunity to ask your questions and get support. But this new coach guide, guys, this is something that it's just a Google Doc, not a Google Doc, it's a PDF doc, and it's actually in Beachbody's back office in the coach online trainings. But this is something that is so important for you as new coaches to talk about this action plan with your sponsor coach or your diamond upline. So if you've recently joined the team or you've been sitting back and now you've decided that this is the time that you want to launch your business, it's really critical that you have open lines of communication with your upline of support. So if your sponsor is not ready or able to help you at the level that you're looking for, that's why you're attached to Team Catalyst. That's why you have a diamond upline, which you can identify in your Team Beachbody back office. It'll give you their contact information so you can reach out to them. But putting your goals in writing is kind of like creating a map for yourself. So if you don't have specific goals with this business, it would be like getting in the car and saying, I want to go on vacation. I want to have an awesome time. I want to have the best adventure of my life. but I have no idea where I'm going to go. I don't know how long I'm going to go on vacation for. I don't know my budget or anything. I just want to have a great time. Like, so you have to actually take your goals and put them pen to paper. So I'm just going to go through this really quickly to give you guys an overview of everything that we touch base on in the first 30 days of coaching. So the goal with coaching, as far as building a business, right, this is an opportunity to not only get yourself healthy and take care of your family and your friends, but also to pay it forward and make a business out of this. So it can be any level of business that you want. If you are somebody that's just looking to help a friend or family member get healthy, or the occasional neighbor, that's absolutely okay. That is what we call a hobby coach. And that's somebody that just kind of works through the team page and does it at their own speed. Everything in this business, I think that's why I love it, is you can go on your own speed. But when I first started, I found so much reward in helping people that I hit the ground running, and I was on like Mach 10. So that was my speed, but that doesn't mean that that is the speed that everybody will have or want. So I think it's important that, again, you identify why you're looking to pay this forward to people, what this will add as far as value to your life. In addition to just being a financial opportunity, what is your real motivation for helping people? Because paychecks don't come unless we help people. You won't build a business opportunity without helping people change their lives. So the first 30 days, your target goal, if you are working this business as a business opportunity, really should be to help at least 3 people join a challenge group with a challenge pack, which is a Beachbody fitness program and Shakeology, and achieve Success Club. Now, Success Club is just based on a point system. A challenge pack is worth 2 points, and Success Club 5 or higher. The reason you want to achieve Success Club is because once you achieve Success Club and you achieve the Emerald ranking coach level, you'll start to get free leads to build your business from Beachbody. So from a financial and a business perspective, the more people that we can come into contact with, the better. And so by achieving Success Club each month, helping 3 people each month, that's how you're going to be able to start building your business and that compound effect of income. It's also important that you do set a target dollar value, which I know that I was super uncomfortable with. When I first started, I didn't really want to attach a financial number to it because I felt like I didn't want to be salesy, I didn't want to be icky, but you really do have to have a target in mind. And so, for instance, if you're looking to earn, say, $200 in total commissions to cover your expensive Shakeology and have a little bit of spending money, that will happen with the 3 challenge pack sale. So right now the all access pass is $199 and you earn $70 commission on that. So if you help 3 people connect with the all access challenge pack in 1 calendar month, you've hit your goal of total commission. So it's really important that you set that target, and whatever that target is, you can then work backwards with your sponsor to figure out exactly what you need to do to achieve that target. The Coach Basics is something that I'm going to show you. And then going through this, the vital behaviors is something that I have in my Google Docs. So I'm going to show that to you. Yeah. All right, so we're going to go through this like a checklist. So this is your 30-minute started. This is your 30-minute getting started right call. So I am your diamond upline if you're on this call or you're looking to become a coach. But you also should have, if I haven't enrolled you, a coach in between, and you can work with them in a buddy system. So together, what you want to do is decide on what Beachbody program that you're going to commit to and actually pick a start date and join your Coach's Next Challenge group so that you have your story starting to build. Because again, this is all about taking these programs and personalizing them. We're not sharing pictures of Autumn Calabrese. We're not really sharing pictures of Shaun T. We're sharing pictures of ourselves and our families using these programs and finding success. So writing a list of 100 names and people that you can connect with about your journey, this is probably one of the most intimidating components that I had in this training when I went through it. I didn't feel like I had 100 people. Like I had very few people on my social media. I really was not a Facebook person. I didn't have any social media background. So for me, it was really hard to come up with that 100 names. And so Beachbody kind of knows that. And so they have this memory jogger PDF file, which I've attached. It's also available in the back office. So it's basically thinking of everybody that you know, starting with your family, your immediate family, your extended family, friends, neighbors, people at your kids' school. You're just getting a pen to paper. Like I, 2 years later, still just work from a notebook and a whiteboard. I don't have anything fancy. So finding a tracking system that works for you is going to be important, but just starting with a list of names, because at this point now, you're changing your social media profile to public. So when you start to share your story, it's public. You're going to be able to reach more people. So again, if you're looking at this coaching opportunity, going through this checklist will help you be successful, just point by point. The next thing is just announcing that you're a Beachbody coach. And if you're one of my coaches, the way that I do it is we have a little goal call. And if you're ready to move forward in your business, I actually will announce my coaches. So if you are bringing people onto your own team and creating that, it's something I suggest because it takes a little bit of the nerves away from people that are brand new to this. And it also helps them find their wording on how to share their story. So what I like to do is I like to learn about why my coaches are starting, and I actually kind of prompt that and I share that in their coach announcement. But it really is also important that you take ownership of your business. So within a few days, if not the very same day, take ownership of your business and announce that you're a Beachbody coach. I know that people are very, very fearful. I know I had been scrolling my news feed for a long time, watching all these coaches and their sweaty selfies. And I was like, that is bullshit. Like, nobody's that happy. And who cares that you're sweating? Like, oh my God, so what? I go to the gym every day and I don't take a picture of it. But it works. It works once you start to share the other parts of your life too. And that's where we start to begin to share our story with 3 to 5 posts. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, whatever your social media is, mine is Facebook. But there are plenty of successful coaches who build their business based on Instagram or YouTube. So you really can pick your social media platform of choice. And it's really up to you to kind of learn about your social media avenue, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. But being consistent, I think, has been one of the turning points for me in finding success in the business. Is from the first day, my sponsor, Sarah Molnar, she told me, no matter what you do, you have to show up on social media at least 3 times a day. One Beachbody post to talk about what you're doing, but not just what you're doing, why you're doing it. Like, why are you using the container system? What is it teaching you? If you're sharing a recipe, if you're sharing a picture of your food, share the recipe, like offering value. But your other posts really need to start building your brand. And I for a long time, I didn't understand what that meant, like building my brand. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't know what that term means. It's your personality. Like, I like coffee. That's part of my brand. I love intense fitness. That's now part of my brand. So think about if you are struggling with, oh my gosh, I have no idea what that means. Write 5 to 10 things that you like doing, hobbies, activities, that will start to help you trigger that branding. Establishing written business hours for your work week. I did not do that for like first year. I worked at the deli. I worked, like today, I worked at the dentist. Like, it still happens, but it's so important. And I want to tell you why I think writing your business hours down. And there's a great video from Melanie Mitro. It's on YouTube about how to build your Beachbody work week. Family balance is something that I see across the board as a huge stressor for new coaches, because I deal with a lot of stay-at-home moms coming onto the business, or a lot of people that are already working full-time and are limited in their time. And so if you sit down on 1 day a week and you write down what you need to participate in as far as training calls, team calls, if you are scheduling calls with potential challengers, which is something that I recommend that you do. Hang on, I see a chat here. I'm gonna review the chat box at the end, guys. If you are, but you can always unmute yourself. It's really important. But if you are building your work week, this is how I do it. Again, whiteboard, like not really fancy. On Mondays, it's always the national wake-up call. That is something that we're going to touch base on later, but you can listen to that on the replay. So I have all my phone appointments, and then I also have a block of power hour that I set aside every day. And so when I first started, it looked completely different. Like every day was different. When my kids are home in the summer, my work week looks completely different than my work week looks on when they're in school. That's the beauty of this business. You don't make your life revolve around coaching. You fit coaching into your life. So it's really, really helpful for you to have a written schedule. Not only have that, but communicate that, especially if you're married, communicate that with your partner so that they understand when you need your business times. Because if this is a business goal for you, it's kind of like the way I like to describe it is if you are going to apply for a job at a restaurant, you're going to be a waitress, you're going to tell them what days you're available and what hours you can work, right? So that's something that will be very helpful. Locate the new coach online trainings. I'm going to show you where that is in your back office. So if you're not familiar with it, your Team Beachbody back office is something that I would suggest sitting down to when you have a free hour and actually just going through each and every tab. That's not something that we're going to do today. I'm going to show you kind of the important tabs, but going through and understanding where to find the tools and resources that you need to run your business is up to you. It's your business to take control of, so don't rely on your sponsor to go through each tab with you. But I'm going to show you, this is the Coach Online Office. I'm going to show you our home page so you can learn to navigate the basics. And this is something that you should set during your first couple days of the business to navigate this back office, because this is like your hub. This is all the information that they provide. This is your $15.95 coaches fee, hard at work, right? So up here, you're going to see your coach ID. And remember where I said you're going to see your diamond upline and your sponsor? That's all right here. The volume and stuff, this is related to income. And I'm actually doing another call on Wednesday night regarding building your income. But again, today I want to focus on the basics of building your business activities, because income does not come unless you are helping people. And in order to help people, we have to learn the basics of sharing our story and inviting them to challenge groups. So down here, you're going to be able to see any alerts if you've signed any new coaches, if you have any new customers, if you have emails. It's something that you should just get familiar with checking once a day. Here, you're going to be able to see how you're benchmarking your business. We talked about Success Club, and Success Club means helping at least 3 people. Each challenge pack is worth 2 points. So you can see here that I've helped 7 people this month. This is your value for Home Direct on Shakeology. My Shakeology has shipped this month, so I am an Emerald ranking coach for hire. I've earned over 5 Success Club points. I have achieved my personal volume fulfillment on Home Direct. So next month, like this month is March, so next month from Beachbody, I am going to get people funneled into my account, both free leads and paid leads, because I've hit over 10 points here. And that means they don't have a coach. They're looking at Beachbody for some reason or another. They went on the website and they don't have support. So I'm going to be provided with their information to reach out to them and help them. So that is just so, so critical. You'll also be able to benchmark your business with the leadership ladder. There are trainings on all of this individually. I just want to show you the basics of navigating it. Over here, the coaches breaking news is super, super important. This is where you're going to see any new announcements, things that are happening for Summit, things that are happening for Super Saturday, which is a local quarterly event that you can find anywhere nationwide. Over here, this is my favorite tab. This is where I primarily spend most of my time. This is where I can check on my downline of coaches. This is where you enter your banking information. This is where you edit your profile. You have to set your profile up with Beachbody on your website. So again, there are trainings specifically to walk you through the navigation, and I've actually included them in the 30-day checklist. So back to this tab, I have them provided for you. So it's just something step-by-step that you'll be able to follow. The news and trainings, this is where you're going to find all of your training resources to start from. But I also really, when I learned the business, I didn't use this as much as I used YouTube, because I am the person that wants to type it in the search bar instead of scrolling through different tabs. And I also really, really learn well from watching videos. And so you have to kind of pick which way you learn best. If you're going to learn best from an Excel spreadsheet, or if you're going to learn best from watching YouTube. I was like a YouTube Academy girl. And my coach worked really, really closely with me for like the first 30 to 60 days. And then she kind of said, go on YouTube, actually within like the first week. Sarah Steffen probably would testify to that. Our sponsor is very much about teaching you independence. And you know what? I find that super helpful, because the sooner you take the initiative to learn the information instead of sending your sponsor a text or putting it in the team page and like waiting for the answers to come to you, those are minutes that you can be spending inviting to your business, and the answers are there. They are either in the training tabs, or they're on YouTube, or they're in the team page files that you can find. So there's tons of resources for you to be successful. But here, like I said, how to navigate your back office, I already have the video link loaded for you guys. You just have to click on it and watch it. Completing your Team Beachbody profile. That's something else that you should do within your first 30 days, because it's one of the factors that you have to complete to go emerald in this business. Now, going emerald in this business is you plus 2 coaches. It's very, very simple to achieve. You know, when I first started, I was an emerald coach. I think within 2 weeks, I signed my husband up, and I'm actually going to show you what the graphic looks like. I signed my husband as my first coach for 2 reasons. He wanted to drink Shakeology. He wanted to try the programs, but also my coach told me that if this was what I wanted to do for a business opportunity, that signing your coach will dramatically change your income opportunity potential in the long term of things. So I saw my coach having all this success, and I thought, gosh, like if she has been there and she has walked through this business, whatever she's doing, if she's telling me to do it, I'm going to do it. And so I think that's a huge thing, is having that trusting relationship with your mentor or your sponsor or your diamond upline, because we've been through the process. It's kind of like when you go through the 21-day fix and you're watching your coach, however you were brought into Beachbody, somebody inspired you to come to Beachbody because you saw them finding success or happiness or, you know, results, and you wanted to achieve that. So you trusted them enough to take the Beachbody challenge on and let them lead you through your challenge group. So it's the same thing with coaching and the mentorship. If we're telling you that this is critical in your business, then it really is critical in your business. So when you become an Emerald coach, you just enroll 2 coaches underneath you. They don't have to be actively working coaches. If they just want to become coaches to get that 25% discount, they still count for your Emerald rank. But that opens the door for you to be able to participate in that free lead program. We talked about Success Club leads. If you are not an Emerald coach and you earn enough Success Club points, you do not qualify for the free leads. You also don't qualify for additional earning opportunities with Team Cycle Bonus. Again, this is not really about the financial as much as it is just educating you on what you should be researching in your first 30 days to understand why I have it on the checklist, why it is so important. If you are an Emerald ranking coach, you're starting to earn income on the team sales, kind of like putting the plug in a piggy bank at the bottom, and your whole team starts to participate and help you build your piggy bank when you're an Emerald coach. If you're not an Emerald ranking coach, there's no plug in your piggy bank, and so all the team volume, which I know you might not understand that right now, it's going right down out of your piggy bank. Like, you're not building any income opportunity other than your 25% retail commission. So becoming an Emerald coach, learn what that means, understand how to do it, but know that it's really not, again, going to happen unless you're helping people understand what these programs are, identifying why they might be interested, and helping them connect with the one that's going to help them. So for me, when I started, I did the 21-day fix, but maybe that's not everybody's starter program. So just learning to talk to people. So understanding Success Club, understanding Success Starter. Success Starter is when you hit Success Club 5 or higher your first 3 consecutive months of coaching. And they give you a grace period if you've signed on in the middle of your first month. And that gives you a free ticket to Coach Summit, which is our annual conference. The first time my coach brought that up to me was like 3 weeks into my business. It was January, and Summit is in July, and it was in Nashville, and I'm in Buffalo. And I was like, no, it's not going to happen. I cannot even tell my husband that I'm going to be going to Nashville. And 6 months later, we were all in the minivan, and I had earned my free ticket, and we all went to Nashville, and it was like so eye-opening, life-changing experience that if you're here to build a business, plan to be at Summit. So it's every July. This coming July, it's in New Orleans. And so you do have that opportunity to earn your free ticket. Your next Super Saturday for us, we are in Buffalo. It's Friday, April 7th. But if you're not local, they do have local Super Saturdays everywhere. And being at the live events is something that not only offers you business training, but it's the time to connect with your team, like in person. Like these people that you're Zoom calling with and all of that stuff, that is where it happens. So making these quarterly events, like what other job can you go to that you have to show up 4 times a year for 2 hours? Like everything else is flexible. So make that a priority. I do have a little bit of how to earn income in here for people that are learning about this opportunity. So again, something you can do on your own. And then I just want to quickly go through this weekly work checklist. So this is actually your printable business activity tracker. But again, I just use my notebook. But in this business, if you're not tracking what you're doing and writing down the people that you want to contact, that you are in conversations with, that you want to invite to future challenge groups, that you think would make really, really great coaches on your team, putting pen to paper will change your business. So having that business activity tracker, printing it out from Beachbody, or getting yourself a notebook, or getting yourself just a tablet, have something in writing. So I've provided like a weekly checklist here. So the National Wake Up Call is something that is played every Monday at 11 a.m., but it is recorded and I never listen to it live because I like to time manage it myself, and I listen to the replays. So there's a link here that explains how these work, and again, it's in the back office. I'll show you where it is. In the home screen, you're always going to be able to find the National Wake Up Call information. Let's see, right here was the most recent, but you also can see past ones here, or you can call in on the phone. So there's tons of ways to find National Wake Up Calls. They are top coaches sharing their top tips and their stories with Beachbody from start to finish. So you'll be able to hear all the different people that have found success in this business and where they started from. And it's like so awesome to hear that this is really open for anybody that wants it. Messaging your sponsor once a week. I love to stay in touch with my new coaches on private messaging for their first 30 days because there's so many questions, guys. Like you're gonna feel overwhelmed. My head was spinning for like 90 days. Like even still, I learn something new every day, but that is what keeps it fun and interesting, and you're not getting complacent because there's always something to learn, somebody to learn from, somebody to connect with. Our live team calls, they were being held on Wednesdays, but I think I'm going to be switching them to Mondays. So anything like that will be announced in Team Catalyst. And Team Legendary is our Facebook upline group. That's my coach. That is for working coaches only, people that want to learn this business as either a hobby or a business builder coach. It's really not intended for discount coaches. So just kind of be aware and pick the team pages that you want to be a part of. I did provide like a little sample of how to announce that you're a coach along with the daily checklist power hour. So I just want to touch base on personal development because I will tell you, I did not do personal development for the first 10 months of my business. I didn't think it was essential. I did not think it would grow my business. And the first month that I did personal development, I think my income jumped like, I don't even remember the percentage, but I was blown away at the amount my income increased just by doing personal development. What personal development does is it teaches you to be your own cheerleader. Because in this business, it's hard. You're going to hear a lot of no's. You're going to be fearful of putting yourself out there on social media. You're going to have a struggle with building your confidence to share your story and find your voice. And personal development is the way that you're going to be able to do that without just posting, surface posting. And what I mean by that is, taking your Shakeology and I drank my shake today. Like, sometimes we do that once in a while, but honestly, it's more about how are these programs and these challenge groups and the support and the camaraderie of your team, how are these changing your life? How are these making your life easier? And how can you take that, what you've learned, and pay it forward? So I have a couple tips for posting to social media. When you're posting to social media, because remember, we're posting 3 to 5 times a day. Well, I skipped. I don't want to skip. All right. 20 minutes of business training each day. Again, going into the back office or doing a national wake-up call or attending a live team call. It can be any 20 minutes in your day, but be consistent with it. So whenever you look at your work week, make sure that you're slotting yourself 10 minutes of personal development, 20 minutes of business training. You're committing to your workout program. You can't lead by example if you're constantly falling off yourself. So using the container systems, getting results, sharing your transformation story, sharing your progress each week. I know there's a lot of coaches that are fearful that they can't start coaching because they are not at their goal. I'm the complete opposite story. I didn't really have a lot of weight to lose. Like, I don't look all that much different from my before pictures and my after pictures with Beachbody. Like, minimal. I had a 13-pound weight loss. I didn't have a huge weight loss. So for anybody that says they can't do it because they're not at their goal, I beg to differ, because it's equally as challenging to share it without a huge transformation. So I had to focus on all the things that were changing in my life besides the physical. Learning to eat, teaching my kids not to count calories. That's something that happened in my family's life. So that's a value that Beachbody brought to me that I know other families are struggling with, because there's so many people out there looking to lose weight and doing it the wrong way. And their kids are seeing them do it the wrong way. And so sharing the value in your posts, sharing your why, and then tracking. So remember that business activity tracker and that list of 100 names. If you feel like you're a little bit overwhelmed with finding who to invite to your challenge group, posting to social media will build your invitation list. So think about when you're posting to social media, it's 3 to 5 times a day, just getting a pen and paper. And I know that we had a new coach on the team, Meg, I think it was, Amanda posted her transformation, and she got 246 likes plus comments on her transformation. And I was messaging Amanda, I'm like, you gotta let her know what to do. What you do with that is you write those names down on paper so that when you sit down to your block of power hour and you have this daunting task of invite 5 to 20 new people a day to your challenge group. And again, this is based on how rapidly you want your business to grow. But when you're looking at that and you're going, oh my God, who am I going to invite? You're going to invite those people that are following your journey. If you're not posting to social media consistently, you're not going to have that ability to build your list. So continuing to share your story is the most, that's you gotta do it. Friend requesting 5 new people on Facebook each day. This is another way that you want to grow your market, because while you're posting to social media, your profile should be public, but the more friends you have and the more engagements you get, the more people see your post. It's kind of like opening a restaurant downtown on a busy street and having all these people walk by. You're going to have a lot more opportunity for people to come in to your restaurant and eat. Whereas if you're posting out in the woods and nobody's following, you don't have a huge network of friends, then you're going to have a really hard time starting those conversations because nobody's seeing what you're putting out there. So this is something that's just blocked into your power hour. And guys, you can go through this checklist every single day. It really shouldn't take you more than 60 minutes if you're sitting down and you're focused. Saying hello to new friends is so important because, again, this is about building a relationship. This isn't somebody accepts your friend request and you say, oh my gosh, do you want to join my challenge group? Like, no, it's more like you walk into a room in a social party and somebody invites you to sit down at their table and you just sit down and you say, oh, hey, thanks so much for accepting my friend request. I love connecting with new moms on Facebook. I see that you have a little one. How old is your little guy? Like, I have 3 kids of my own. Momming, the struggle is real. Whatever your niche is, it's saying hello, starting conversations. Taking a moment to check in on your challenge groups. Your challenge group is something that you should be in cahoots with your sponsor coach your first month. I know that I co-lead all of my onboarding coaches challenge groups, so you're not really going through that process alone. But having a target date for your own start date for your program is also having a target date to invite people to join your challenge group. So you can start that process right away. And then here I have a review of the daily vital behaviors. That's something that you can go through on your own. So I'm going to just check with you guys to make sure there are no questions. We have 3 minutes left. So this really was just about showing you the checklist, walking you through it, showing you the back office, and giving you the starting point. But it's your business to kind of take by the horns now and decide, like, what do you want to do with the business? So does anybody have any questions or anything that they are struggling with that they want to shout out? You can unmute yourselves. Anybody? No? Meg? Welcome. Hi.
I'm just confused about, like, what exactly is a challenge group?
How do you post about what is a challenge group?
Yeah, like for me, I'm confused because I've done challenge groups with Amanda and they've been like, like a week-long fun thing, but how do you like make money from a challenge group? Or how do you get people to join from a challenge group?
So for challenge groups and inviting, that is something that we can definitely work with. It's not anything we can cover in 2 minutes, but getting that list of names is your first step. And there's a book called GoPro. It's by Eric Worre, and it's something that will teach you how to engage in conversations with people. But inviting people to this process is privately messaging them and sharing with them what a challenge group is. So a challenge group for me might look a little bit different than a challenge group for Amanda. A challenge group is an environment that you create for people to help them go through their program. So I run mine on a 30-day basis, and I let people pick whatever Beachbody challenge pack they want. And as far as how do you earn money from that, well, when they're purchasing their challenge pack to enter your challenge group, that is how you're earning money on it. Does that make sense? And that's kind of like the short answer.
Okay.
Good question, though. Anybody else have questions? And Meg, I will pop you into my challenge group if you want to see the difference. So you can get an idea of how you can run your challenge groups.
Okay.
Okay, and then there's also challenge group guides provided in the My Challenge Tracker app, which is free with Beachbody. And that's something that I'll share in the team page for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, guys, this again was just a call for getting you started on the right feet. And we will continue to work through the team page, and we are here to support you and grow this team to really help empower and inspire and educate and get people those results that they're looking for. So thank you so much for joining, and we will touch base in the team page.
Bye.